Everybody, we've qualified for the World Cup. Big smiles. Yay. 100% confirmed. 4-0 win over Lithuania. So let's get involved in my live comments. Comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the game. Abdul, you're back. People were where you were after the last game. What did you make of this one this evening?
First of all, congratulations to all of us, to all fans around the world. We knew that we were going to qualify from the beginning, but we're happy it's over now. We are officially through to the World Cup. It was an easy qualifier or easy qualifying, 6 wins, 2 draws. We only conceded 4 goals and scored, I think, 28 or something. So it's, overall, the results look good. The number of goals look good. But many fans are not happy. I am enjoying my moment now, but I do know that many fans are not happy because if you look at every match if you look at every match at a time, you will see there is no consistency. Koeman is still rotating the players. He's still making changes in every match. This match, he made 4 changes. De Ligt, Reinders, Nathan Ake, and Timber as a right back. So he made four subs, and Simmons. He made 4 changes in this match. We are worried a bit about the team, really. We know that, we still haven't got it all figured out for the World Cup. But let's celebrate at the moment. We still have 8 months before the World Cup starts. So it's time to celebrate, especially after this good show. We had some good moments in this match.
Yeah, I think it was I'd say a very average first hour, and then a good 5-10 minutes, and then it's the same with Netherlands that we've said all along in this group. It's the lack of a consistent performance. They can't just they can't just blow a team away and just look good throughout a match. There's always moments where they do something stupid, or there's silly moments. Like Lithuania had chances to score tonight. You can't deny that. You have to say that the defense was, again, not perfect. They should have done better with a free header that they had. Van Dijk gave the ball away a couple times. I thought Reinders had a really good first half, but second half I thought he gave the ball away constantly. Memphis was really bad. There's things that definitely need to be worked on, but I think overall we'd just be happy that we qualified for the World Cup tonight. We won 4-0, unbeaten in the whole group. There's not many nations that are heading to the World Cup unbeaten throughout their qualifying group, so Netherlands is one of them. So it's now down to Koeman to get the right squad together. I think some players took a chance tonight and looked good, and then there's others that maybe didn't 100%, do themselves justice over the past 2 matches.
It looked like Koeman was trying to play more players that hadn't had as many minutes with their half an hours and 15 minutes. It was all planned out before kickoff. But it's still a shame that some aren't doing enough to give Koeman a real headache, something really to worry about, to think about. But it was good to see a few different players, obviously, this evening. A little disappointed in things like I called for Robin Roofs to get a start in one of the 2 games. He didn't. We could be in a situation where we get to the World Cup and Roofs has played no competitive football for the Netherlands. And if there's an injury, he's going to be thrown in. It might not be a big deal, but you've got to test these things out now when it didn't matter so much. We confirmed the qualification tonight, but come on, it was always going to be okay. Why not give players like Valente a start and just go for it? Omega, a start, why not? We know that we want to see this new amazing number 9 come in, but only to be a sub in both games for Omega. Could we have just tried it and seen what happened? I found the right-hand side a problem again as well in attack. That's part of the reason why we do sometimes lack the urgency and creativity, because we've discussed before how Cody Gakpo, it's very predictable from the left side. It's just whether the oppositions can stop him. A lot of the times it'll be a cross or a shot. He doesn't always want to pass the ball on when he's around the box because he knows that what he can do. And it is hard to stop him. But because it's quite one-dimensional with that, and there's not much down the right side, you've got Marlon, who whenever he hugs a touchline, gets stuck and doesn't really know what to do. Didn't really have a marauding wing back to come and support him. So then we would lose the ball, or it was a bit awkward when like the number 10 would come over to the right-hand side. Like Rhines would do it sometimes, but then did it a little bit when he came on. And then it would have like a midfielder out on the right side. So again, you still didn't have a natural winger out there. So there's problems with that. But that might just be because we don't have Frimpong at the moment. Maybe he starts when we've got a first choice starting 11. But it's otherwise a satisfactory performance. I predicted 3-0, Mike predicted 5-0 before the game. It was 4-0. So it was what we expected. It was a satisfactory evening, but we still expect better. I mean, what do we want? A 7-0, 8-0 win? There were still positives to see. We know we're not the best country at football at the moment, but we still have a chance to win the World Cup because we have players that are good enough who can beat any team on their day. We just need something a bit extra.
Our problem is we know that our players have potential, and they are most of them playing the highest level, but you don't see that when they play together as a team. That's what really worries us. When a team sits in the back, usually they completely stop us, and we saw that with Poland. We saw that with Lithuania. Even Malta gave us some trouble in the first match. I remember. So that's the problem. We don't really have many solutions. They all depend on Gakpo. They just give him the ball, hoping he creates something. And this is something Poland knew how to stop. Every time he gets the ball, 2 or 3 players go on him. So he was completely stopped in this match. He got only maybe one chance to score, and he passed it. And of course, the goal came. So this is a problem, yes. Obviously, Koeman still cannot find solutions for problems like this. When a team sits back, he cannot find solutions for counterattacks. Even Lithuania tried to use this counterattack weapon against us, but it did not work. These things worry us. If you play against a team like France or Spain or even Italy at the moment, so we will be worried, and that's the problem, really.
Yeah, I think the main thing before the World Cup next year is they need to set up some friendlies against some bigger nations just to test themselves out, see how they can do, test some players in that. But yeah, I think tonight what worried me was the fact that the first hour was so bad. I think that you got to go after 50 minutes, and I thought this was going to be an absolute walk through. But that second goal never came. They missed a couple of chances. I think Reinders hit the post when maybe he could have passed it. Timber missed from a couple of yards out, but it was a really good save. And somehow he didn't get a penalty when the boy from Lithuania took his leg off. I don't know how that wasn't given a penalty.
Yeah.
I don't know how, and then eventually the second half, they did get a penalty for the slightest of touches on a hand that didn't even divert. Didn't even divert where the ball was going, and it was given as a penalty. So, yeah, I think the second goal really helped. I think that really killed Lithuania off. And I think if they got it earlier, then the floodgates may have opened a bit more. But yeah, they just need to have that ruthlessness that they just don't seem to have at the moment when, they're dominating and they need to put 2-3 goals past these small nations, just kill the game instantly. It always seems to drag on and drag on. But yeah, that comes down to just not having probably the right players in the attack. You've got Gakpo, but Memphis didn't do anything. I don't think in the first half he touched the ball unless it was a set piece, and the set pieces were all really poor. Malin was quite invisible in the first half. And when Omega came on, I think for me, he missed chances. Yes, he did miss chances. He hit the post and he fluffed one in front of the goal. But at least he's a chance magnet. The ball always seemed to fall to him in the box. Memphis doesn't have that. He's quick. So when players were playing it over the top, Omega was getting to it. When he was getting the ball to feet, he was doing stuff with it. He was showing us something that no number 9 has done for years in the Netherlands lineup. So he needs to keep playing. He needs to keep getting minutes. He's a better option than Weghorst for me. And if you're going to bring somebody off the bench to replace Memphis, I think he's a perfect option.
In my opinion, I think Omega should be starting, really. Memphis should come when we need, when we need to attack more. Omega put himself in the right place in many times of the match. Indeed, yes, he could have scored actually, but I saw some hesitation, which is normal. It's the first match for him ever, or the second match for him. I was expecting something like that. He's also young, so depending on him, next match, maybe in the next friendly, he might score, and I think he will score. He knows where to put himself, really.
And it was good to see him so angry at the end as well, because he wasn't too happy at the end.
Yeah.
And it's because he knew that there was a couple of chances that he should have done better with, and that's a good sign that he's not just going, oh well, I missed those chances like you see from some players, but yeah, he really wanted to get that goal, and that's a good sign from him as well.
I agree.
There's some moments of pure quality this evening. Daniel Marlon has been criticised by us for a little bit, but it was a great goal, wasn't it? Brilliant rip-roaring counter-attack. Took it past the defender, buried it with aplomb. Xavi Simons scored a nice goal, but wasn't great this evening. And yeah, I mean, any of the little performances, little moments you want to pick out, good goals?
Frankie de Jong, I think, had a really good game in the first half. I think he had this sort of quarterback moment. I think there was a chance he created in the first 5-10 minutes where he just lifted the ball over the top of the defence and Gakpo's header was too weak. And then he did it again for the first goal. It was an excellent first-time pass right for the defence to set up Reinders for the goal. So I thought he had a really, really strong first half before he went off. And for me, Timber as well. I thought Timber had moments going forward and putting himself about, which is good. But yeah, he's not Dumfries. But I think that it was good to see him out and right and showing that he is a world-class defender. And I thought De Ligt was pretty strong as well. I don't think he put a foot wrong throughout the game.
Yes.
Okay, let's get in some live comments like we always do and get in your thoughts. We'll react to those live comments. If you're not watching live, leave us one down below. Let us know what you thought of the game. It's a bit of a shame, isn't it? This is our last live stream until March, you could say, for after a Netherlands game. A bit of housekeeping. We would love to. We're planning to do a live stream after the World Cup draw, which is only in a few weeks. What's the date of that again, guys? I feel like both of you know when the date is.
5th of December, which is
Brilliant.
less than 3 weeks from now.
Yeah, so can't wait for that one. Obviously, there'll be more Football-Oranje shows in the meantime. Some really exciting news. We are hoping to join the TalkSport network as well, which is a new fanware network. It's going to bring more revenue into the podcast. So, of course, we can do bigger and better things. That's really exciting for us. If you don't know what TalkSport is, they're a really big sporting radio station. So that's just been announced. And yeah, just really, really like lots more to come. Football-Oranje. It's not just between now and March. There'll be nothing. There'll be loads and loads of things coming up. Eredivisie shows. There will be some European games coming up, including Dutch teams. And yeah, there'll be a live stream to the World Cup draw. Anyway, live comments. Good to see, by the way, that Darrag's going to be here for that live stream. That's in a few weeks. Yeah. Greetings from Mark in Toronto, Canada. Can't wait for the World Cup.
Wow.
It's come to this side of the pond. And there are a few of you that have been watching. More than a few. Loads. A good handful of you that have been watching that are in the US. That you're in Canada, maybe Mexico. We know you've been fans of Football-Oranje for years and you cannot wait to see the Netherlands come and play in your country. So fair play, and I bet you're really, really excited. I'm personally excited for 2028 when the Euros come over to the UK. That's going to be my moment, I guess, which I'm going to get to love to see. Let's have a look at some more comments anyway. Let's look at the ones from much, much earlier. Lars wasn't a fan of Emmanuel Mega. Who should we try next? He says, personally thought it was all right when he came on, hit the post and should have scored. He was onside as well for that goal had it gone in. Nick says, kind of shocked at the latest result after seeing a lack of offensive options. Didn't see 4-0. Not sure if Holland was great tonight or if this was a result against a weaker opponent. Yeah, Lithuania weren't as good as they were when we played them in their own country. Let's go Alex Anders comments. Good changes to adapt to predictable low block from opponents. 4 different goal scorers. Good to see. And not Memphis this time. Shame that Omega didn't convert. Happy Dutchman here. Good. Rob says, Omega looked promising, though a bit too eager. Speak add something to the attack. I thought a bit of strength was good as well. Tried to carry the ball, set things up. which is really good. Could Memphis be utilised behind him? I think we're unlikely to see that, but wouldn't be against that idea to have him behind him or Memphis on one of the wings, but don't think we'll see that now, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Good news, we're in the World Cup, but not sure we learn much about the team. Maybe the full squad in coming friendlies. Be interested to see who we play. It's going to be a team, I said to Abdul before the show, that haven't qualified for the World Cup, that will probably end up playing. So, like I say, Italy didn't qualify. I'm sure we'll be like on the phone to Italy. Can we play in a friendly? We'll see.
Usually it's like they go against teams, so say they get like a South American team, an African team, and like say a Middle Eastern team, they'll go like against another team from that region just to see like, tactically what they can do up against that. So yeah, it'll depend on really the group draw for some of the opponents anyway.
Yeah. And Vic says Marlon Delic shines today, except for some mental lapses and giving away possession and defensive third. Back line looked good. Alexis says frustrating game despite winning 4-0. Dumbest penalty decisions I've ever seen. And Xavi was given so much time and space. You think that if you ain't felt sorry for him. John says Watford, so many chances, 3 fine debuts, clean sheet, lots to appreciate. Thanks for your comment. Any different comments? Mouse Dan's always here. Omega shows more synergy with the team than Memphis did in both matches combined. Not a stab at Memphis, but he was going downhill for years. Yeah, Memphis will play this World Cup. He'll be the first choice striker, but we need a good second choice. Is it Omega? Is it Weghorst? I just hope that Omega keeps scoring goals at club level. That's all I'll say.
Yes.
Alanya have lots of talent, but Kua must get his tactics and selections spot on. Fast speed of play, proactive running on and off the ball, better defensive organisation, especially against counters. Agreed. The counters have come up again, haven't they? Haven't looked strong on the counter attacks. What about someone different? Does Simons deserve a spot in this team other than the goal all he did was pass sideways? So open up the floor to you two. What did you think about Xavi Simons? Does he deserve to stay in the team?
Well, behind the attackers, he's definitely much, much more effective than being a winger, a right winger. But still, I do agree with him. He's still not the first choice, in my opinion, to play behind the attackers.
Yeah, I think that there needs to be more creativity. And I think there's 2 players that you think are going to be the 10, which are Simons and Kluivert. Both had poor games this international window. Kluivert was poor against Poland. Maybe Simons wasn't that great tonight. He scored a lovely goal, but he didn't really create loads of chances. So number 10 position is one of those that's up for grabs, and I don't think either of them really did it this time.
Yeah. Another comment as well from the same commenter here. Best part of today, this means more football and World Cup coverage. You got it. The shows are going to be constant over the World Cup. You believe it. Red Sky Tempest says, I don't understand the coach's obsession with Marlon. Always looks like a weak link. Marlon does offer something promising, but you have to remember that there are so few right-wing options in this team, and that's why he keeps playing. He's having to try and play him into some form. Worked tonight, scored a goal. But who else do you put there? Who else do you play? You go with Simons, and we know it doesn't work. We need Frimpong back. We know we do. That player that will stay on the wing, hug a touch line, really pacey still like Marlon, but putting a good cross as well, and offer that dimension to the game. Sebastian says, the problem is that the Netherlands haven't been a big team in years, a little worrying. Yeah. Often mentioned on this show about how we haven't beaten a big side in a long time. When Dumfries and Frimpong are back, Marlon should not be in the starting 11. Here you go. There we go. See, it could be very useful as a substitute. Agreed. Let's have a look at some of the comments that have come in since. Of course, we've got our usual Kazakhstan watcher here. That's brilliant, that is. I love hearing where you guys are from around the world. Matthew says there are lots of Dutch fans in Toronto. I can believe that. And Mark says that we gather for all the Alanya games to watch together.
Very nice.
I wonder if they all know about Football-Oranje. John says in Ontario, Canada as well. Brilliant.
Nice. Really nice.
Showing to have an American accent over on this show, having to listen to 2 British voices. But there are so many fans around the world other than just the UK and Kuwait, which is the most random pick to have an Alanya fan in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Racing Worldwide, so let's get England the World Cup group, get revenge for the Euros. Yeah, let's hear here. Come on, we've got to have it, guys. I'll ask you 2 in a minute for your picks as well. Who do you want in your World Cup group? Drop it in the live comments. Drop it in the comments down below. let's just see if there's any more comments to bring up here whilst people are typing away at their World Cup groups. Gives you two a chance to think about your group as well. I'm sure you've already thought about your best and your worst group. Nicholas says, to be fair to Marlon, I thought he did well this evening. Couldn't fault him. Another comment. Memphis will be a free kick and corner wizard. He's got a good dead ball delivery, to be fair. Okay. Oh, and Nicholas says, love to hear it. Always set my alarm, wake up early and watch Football-Oranje from Australia. Get
That's
in.
really nice to hear. That's really nice to hear.
And I'm guessing John must be in Los Angeles. Although I always thought John was in the UK. I maybe made a mistake on that one.
They're not Los Angeles, yeah. Wow.
All right, I can see some World Cup groups coming in. So before I put these up, either you two got your best or worst group prepared?
Well, of course, for the person who said let's face England, it can't happen in the group stage, of course, because Holland and England in part one. I just want us to avoid Italy if they qualify, because they will not be in part one. I don't remember now the parts.
I'm going to try and find them real quick.
Yeah, if you can find them, Michael, that will help us. Yeah.
I've got them. So part two would be Croatia, Morocco, Italy potentially, Colombia, Uruguay, Switzerland, Senegal, Japan, Denmark, Iran, South Korea, and Austria. It's obviously depending on results. I think from best case scenario, part two, you're looking at maybe Iran. Worst case, I would want to avoid Colombia or Japan. I think Japan have a really good up-and-coming side, so I wouldn't want to face them in the group stage.
I found. I'm sorry, Mike, to interrupt you, but I send it to you, Michael. If you wanna post it, is it possible?
Yeah, I'm working on it. Just whilst Mike's filling, because he knows all the parts. I'm working on it.
Okay, Michael, go ahead. Mike, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Top three, you've potentially got Ecuador, Australia, Turkey, Ukraine, Norway. Norway would be one that I'd really want to avoid with the form Haaland's in.
Definitely.
Panama, Egypt, Algeria, Paraguay, Tunisia, Ivory Coast. You're looking at somebody like Algeria or Panama from that one.
Hopefully you can now see it on screen, everybody.
There we go. And then from pot four, you could really take any of those as somebody that you'd want to face. But then these ones don't include, obviously, Suriname and Curacao, who we hope get through
Fingers
tomorrow.
Crossed.
But both got tricky away games to try and navigate. But yeah, in terms of anyone from pot four, you feel pretty confident if you're Netherlands against most sides. But I think for me, the ones to avoid would be Japan, Norway, and like a really good South American side that Netherlands always seems to have a lot of trouble with. So like a Colombia or even a Morocco, it'd be a spicy game. Netherlands against Morocco, given that the nations, a lot of Netherlands has a lot of Moroccan population.
I'm looking at the comments because people have dropped in their groups. Japan, Suriname or Curacao will be amazing. Yeah, I'd love to face either Suriname or Curacao. That would be amazing. We've got another one here, same kind of thing. Yeah. What are we thinking then for like? I mean, what is a dream draw to you, Abdul? Who would you love to see?
I think the group of death for Oranje would be of course the Netherlands, Italy, Ecuador, I would say, and Ghana. This is the toughest group we could have actually. Holland, Italy, Ecuador, and Ghana. The easiest, in my opinion, will be the Netherlands, South Korea, because I know the team is not that good. I watched them playing many times in Asia. So the Netherlands, South Korea, I would say Panama, and then maybe, Cape Verde, maybe.
I mean, you'd hope that any group is going to be fine to get through, and then it's getting late to that tournament, isn't it? Are we going to come unstuck again in those last 16 quarterfinals, where we really do meet a big boy? But it's really exciting. Looking at the teams there, and being in pot one, you do genuinely avoid most of those big names, with the World Cup, of course, being expanded. for this occasion.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on Italy even making it for the playoffs the way that they're playing at the moment. I wouldn't even say that it, like, say if they came up against, say, Scotland are playing Denmark tomorrow, the winner of that goes straight into the group, the loser goes into the playoffs. So say Denmark were in the playoffs and Denmark played Italy, I think Italy would be in big trouble with that. I think they'd potentially be knocked out. I think Ukraine are still in there in the playoffs. So yeah, there's some big nations in there that can cause some trouble for Italy. So I wouldn't just outright say that they're definitely going to make it, because they're really poor at the moment. They looked really bad against Norway. So yeah, tough times for them. But usually they always find a way to get to these tournaments. But yeah, I wouldn't really bet on it with this side. And I'm glad that we've got Valen to cap before they start coming calling for him.
I know it's wrong to see who you're going to face after the group stage, because you need to win or to qualify from the group stage first. But after what happened in 2022 and maybe 2010, maybe facing Brazil in the quarterfinal, facing Argentina in the quarterfinal, and of course the previous World Cups facing Germany in the round of 16. So we need to be careful. Leading the group is very important, and let's hope that the big names that we're supposed to meet, maybe they will fall second in the group, for example, so we can avoid them. Just like what happened in 2014. We were meant to face Italy or England in the quarterfinal, but we faced Costa Rica.
Yeah, we still had trouble with them. So,
yeah, we made it difficult for ourselves. Yeah.
Okay, let's bring a few more comments up. We have had a greetings from Vancouver, and another one from Canada. Can't wait for the party here at the World Cup.
Nice.
And let's have a look for a little comment here from Indonesia.
Wow.
This evening. We do get quite a few from Indonesia over in Football-Oranje. Arno says that I'd like to avoid Croatia. That was fresh in the past, perhaps, but they've been a top European team over the last 10 years. Always a gritty team to play in a competition, aren't they?
I agree.
And yeah, we can't even win against Austria or Norway sometimes. So yeah, true indeed. Look, we've got a good portion of people watching live right now, and I'm sure people enjoyed the show, but we are going to call it really, really soon. Just some shout outs. If you haven't already, do give the podcast a like this evening. To support Football-Oranje, subscribe if you aren't ready, because of course we're going to have loads of stuff coming up now to build it towards the World Cup, now that we have 100% qualified. And if you would like to support Football-Oranje in another way, you can, of course, still get yourself a Football-Oranje scarf. And can't recommend one enough. Maybe we need to send Mike one. He's over in Scotland right now, and it's cold over there. He needs himself a scarf to stay warm. Available anywhere in the world. Abdul's proof that we can deliver to Kuwait. We can deliver literally anywhere. So if you want to get yourself one, remember that there's a link in the description of this YouTube video, and you can go and get yourself a Football-Oranje scarf. Get one ahead of the World Cup. Have it in your house. Have it to wear out to your Netherlands fan groups. And yes, that would be really, really appreciated. Thank you so much if you can support us in that way. Helps us with growing the channel ahead of the World Cup. It'd be amazing. What have we got left then? We've got someone watching from Mexico. Do you know,
wow.
I can't remember the last time I saw someone watching from Mexico.
Nice.
So welcome, Frank. Yeah, hope there's a game over there for you. Football and tacos, he says.
Football and tacos. Yeah, I would love to have that.
Okay, we'll call it there anyway. If you haven't been watching live, leave a comment down below. Grab yourself a scarf, and I think that's it from us for now. We'll probably see lots of you for the live reaction to the World Cup draw, but there's going to be lots more on Football-Oranje besides. Like I say, our podcast really, really soon will be sponsored by TalkSport. We'll have some adverts on them. If you listen on audio-only platforms, you'll probably hear that, but that is why we're trying to grow what we do, and doing that through TalkSport is a great way. So that's it from us for now anyway, and see you on the next one, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.